Here you go. So go ahead and color your plate.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Valley Life and Wells Fargo Friday. And like I mentioned in the first segment, we are talking about Wells Fargo Wednesday, which is a major benefit to a lot of the kids coming in. And Adrienne, let's talk about that a little bit. It's the first Wednesday of the month?
Correct, the first Wednesday of the month. Children with their parents get in free, parents pay, but what it does is it allows maybe a family to come in that doesn't, needs that extra help, so it's really a benefit to them, but absolutely it's the first Wednesday of every month.
Beautiful. And Jeff, part of Wells Fargo's contribution to this was that with the zoo's placement downtown, there are a few neighborhoods around that might be lower to middle income. This really eases the burden on parents to say, you know what, if we can bring the kids in for free on that first Wednesday, and I'm sure there's an age limit on that, Adrienne, but that really helps them come and enjoy this great facility. Absolutely.
And as you said, the age limit, it's children from 2 to age 11. And our goal was to really help support the low to mid-income families. A lot of them just don't have that opportunity to come, especially with the economy it is right now. So we wanted to team up with the Chaffee Zoo and allow these kids to have the opportunity to come, a safe environment, obviously get a benefit out of education as well. And, it's a win-win for everybody. So.
And Jeff, in the beginning of the first segment, you had talked about $70,000. Wells Fargo has made a dramatic contribution to allow this to happen then for the kids, which is super beneficial. We really appreciate that. But that's part of the monetary contribution, plus the volunteerism you've created. Those hours are just as beneficial.
Absolutely. Those hours, as I told earlier, we have had over 500 volunteers come to the zoo here since we started this program last August. And it's just been a rewarding experience for all of us. As we stated, how exciting it is to come and see all the families with their children enjoy the benefits of this, this zoo that we have here right in Fresno. Right. It's exciting. So.
Well, Adrienne, we talked about it being all about the kids, and I went by last Wednesday, and there were buses lined up all over, so there's a lot of schools that are benefiting for this as well. Talk to me a little bit how that works.
Well, we actually do get a lot of visits from schools during this season. However, for that first Wednesday of the month, Wells Fargo is sponsoring one school to come in, one classroom. So, and we do it by a lottery system, so any school that's interested can contact the education department. So okay. It's absolutely been a great thing.
And noticing all the kids around here, too, in the stations with Kids Camp. Tell me a little bit about that, because it's not just seeing all the animals here. There's a lot of fun crafts and things that they're doing as well.
Right, absolutely. For us, we look at the zoo and we think of education as a classroom setting, but for us, we have a living classroom, and it's our animals, it's the environment, so naturally we've got some booth station for kids to do a little bit of extra fun things, but in the big picture, we have a living classroom, and we have opportunity where, a lot of us won't see a giraffe in the wild, but however, we can observe them here and get to know how they behave here, so it is an educational opportunity.
Well, a couple times when we come in, Jeff, I get excited. I'm walking around, and Adrienne's always like, Rich, over this way. Come over here. What's going on? It's really about the kids, but when even people like you and I come in, the zoo is just a special place. So volunteering the hours here and coming in to enjoy this, you really get to see how those dollars are spent, making sure that they're effective, and also that it is that beneficial for the kids when they come in.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you mentioned that. As we all have stressful lives, fast-paced lives, and just coming in here today to have an opportunity to see this beautiful zoo, all the animals, and it's just very relaxing, therapeutic as well. So just a great opportunity. I would encourage everybody to take full advantage of this zoo that we have here. So sure. Absolutely.
Well, Adrienne, we talked about you always adding things. The addition with Stingray Bay, what's going to be happening now, with the sea lions. There's just always something new that's happening and improving when we come here.
Absolutely, that's one of our goals, is to always have an improvement of some sort. One of our focus has been, animal care and all that good stuff, but actually the grounds, there's a great improvement of the grounds. The trees are taken care of, there's flowers everywhere. It's just absolutely beautiful right now during this season.
Are there any specific limitations to that first Wednesday of the month and for people that are parents that are bringing the kids in?
The only limitation would be just to get here. Honestly, sometimes that's a challenge for people, but however, we are in a part of Fresno that absolutely could benefit from this event on the first Wednesday of every month. And part of our goal with improving the zoo is to improve this community. So in the bigger picture, that's one of our goals also.
Right. Now, Jeff, what made this your choice? As being a volunteer with Wells Fargo, you said, I'm going to get involved. What, for you, just flipped the switch and said, you know what, I'm doing something with the zoo?
Just as we've mentioned earlier, the area that the zoo's in, the neighborhood, and knowing that all the kids that we can affect. And we know that these children will be possibly future customers someday, and if we can help them be successful now, it really makes our communities and so forth successful. So. Sure. When I hear kids, we jump and we want to help support. So.
Right. And we talked about that in the past too with some of the other interviews I've had with other of your colleagues, that you've got to be involved with the community if you want to build that community within it. So of course you're building trusted relationships, and that's going to improve everybody's business, but it's all about then making those relationships early so that way the community kind of grows together.
Absolutely, great point. And if the community's not successful, we're not successful. So our goal is to make sure we educate them, give them that financial literacy that they need so they can be successful, along with the dollars that we can lend to our businesses and our communities to ensure that it's a successful community. So,
well, I sure appreciate your time, and Adrian, as always, appreciate your time. This is a fabulous place. There's going to be a lot more coming up Wells Fargo Friday right here on Valley Life, and coming back, we're going to work our way down to the Community Regional Medical Center. We're going to be talking about Terry's House and a lot of great other volunteers at Wells Fargo that are really making a dramatic impact right here in the community. Don't go anywhere. More Wells Fargo Friday here on Valley Life coming up next.